Well, class, we're up to chapter 5, which is commitment, giving it your all, commitment. Let me start out with a truth, a biblical truth, and it's from Galatians 6:9. It reads as follows: "So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up." Let's not get tired of what is good. Courage, we said, was a byproduct of confidence. Commitment is a byproduct of character. Without character, commitment becomes a fleeting thought that quickly evaporates at the first hint of adversity. That's why modern day leadership is suffering, because without true godly character, unshakable commitment will really last. Just think about that. What's your definition, students, of commitment? If I said to you, give me your definition of commitment, what would it be? One of you would say, Dr. Coach, when I think of commitment, I think of carrying something out to completion. I think of beginning something and ending that thing. That's one person's definition of commitment. Another one says, commitment to me means I'm all in. I'm 100% behind whatever it is. Another person says, I'm in it to win it. I didn't just show up. I'm going to try and do my best to win whatever I am trying to do. We live in a world where everybody wants like instant gratification. We live in a Mac world, a McDonald's world. We want it and we want it now. If things go bad, I'm out of here. We're going to talk about community. We're going to talk about the institution of marriage, and we're going to talk about the fact that a lot of people enter into that union that God created, and the first time things get a little shaky, they dissolve it. So some people say, I'll try it. If I like it, fine. If I don't, I'll just move on. Well, that's not the way that God designed it to be. But we're going to get deeper into that later on. In this chapter, you're going to read about some people that were unbelievably committed. You're going to read about the commitment that my wife made to me and our family. And I hope it'll move you as much as it has moved me. You're going to read about the commitment that Esther made to her people and how she saved the Jewish people. You're going to read about the commitment that Mary made when she allowed herself to be impregnated by the Holy Spirit so that she could deliver for God His Son, Jesus Christ, into the world. And she had everything to lose. Not only the man that she was in love with, Joseph, but family, friends, everybody. No one could understand how this could happen. She knew, and she was totally committed because of her trust and her faith and her belief in God and what God had asked her to do. So those stories are in this chapter. I hope you enjoy them. As we have said before, in every chapter, there are 7 keys. I used to always, like when I was coaching, before every game, I would write up 3. But if I knew then what I know now, I probably would have put 7 up. But I used to put up 3 keys to victory. So in each chapter we have those keys to help you win the chapter. On this chapter, on commitment, the 7 keys are: 1, we must recognize the need. Someone in your life needs your commitment. And that someone, by the way, might be you. Commit yourself to spiritual and personal growth. Galatians 6:2 says, bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. 2, check your heart. Make sure your motives are pure. Make sure you're doing what you're doing for the right reasons. 2 Chronicles 28:9 says, for the Lord searches every heart and understands every desire and every thought. If you seek him, he will find you out. But if you forsake him, he will reject you forever. 3, like my coach Stretch taught me to do, step up to the plate. Step up to the plate. Don't be afraid to swing at the ball. If you miss, it's okay. If you never swing at it, you're never going to hit it. 4, go all in. When you commit yourself to someone or something, do it with your whole heart and everything you have. My wife's favorite saying, one of her favorite sayings in the Bible, is from Colossians 3:23, and it says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord. And that could be, as she does, just cooking a meal. 5, set boundaries. People who are committed can often become magnets for needy people. Remember, you can only do so much. 6, don't overcommit. Know your limits. Don't take on too much at once. Know when to say no. 7, and last key is don't waver. Commitment's not easy. There's going to be adversity. And when adversity comes, you've got to be ready to deal with it, and you've got to be ready to keep on moving on. What resolutions are you going to make for the coming year? Most people make resolutions, and within weeks, they're gone. And I was going to ask you to make a 21-day commitment, and I will. Make a 21-day commitment, because if you do something for 21 days, they say it becomes a habit. I used to take that little step further with my teammates and tell them, if you do something for 30 days, it becomes a habit. So make a 21-day, a 30-day commitment, but before you do that, make a 1-day commitment. For example, let's just say you're trying to lose weight. Start to do it 1 day at a time. So your commitment for tomorrow would be, I'm going to consume less calories, I'm going to walk more steps, or I'm going to go to the gym. Then go to day 2 and keep going until you get to day 21 or day 30. Write a letter or make a phone call to someone who has made a commitment to you. You'd be amazing what that can do for you. So let's close in prayer on this chapter of commitment. Lord, allow me to see the world around me with your eyes, through your lens. I want to help fulfill the needs of those closest to me, those in my community, and those I cannot see. Purify my motives and give me the strength to be committed to whatever causes you call me to pursue. Whatever causes you call me to pursue, let me be committed to those. Let those that I help see Jesus in me. If we show our commitment and we show our love to other people, then we have given them the model that they need to show their love and their commitment to others, just like my wife, my mom, and many of my coaches and friends have done with me, but most of all, as God has done with, through, and for me. So, have a great week as you prepare for next week's lesson. Once again, read it more than once. Love you. See you next week.